You think monsters live in the woods? You're wrong. They sit right next to you in the cafeteria. In 2026, we don't need silver bullets or wooden stakes. We have group chats. We have leaked photos. We have the power to delete a person's soul before we even touch their body. Congratulations, humanity has finally perfected the art of the slow kill. Be careful who you push, because sometimes the freak you bullied yesterday doesn't just disappear, they evolve. Today, I'm opening the files on two entities that were created by normal people like you. One from the high-speed tracks of Japan, and one from the dark forests of Virginia. Get your logic ready, because we're moving from the digital classroom to the graveyard of regret. Meet the victims who decided to stop crying and start collecting.
They say the last thing you hear before you die is your heartbeat. They lied. The last thing I heard was the sound of my best friends giggling as they pushed me. Then, the metallic screech of the 415 Express. I didn't feel the pain at first. I felt the cold steel cutting through my spine, my clothes, my future. I watched my lower half stay on the tracks while my spirit was dragged for miles. Do you know what it's like to reach for your own legs and find only empty air? Now, I don't walk, I scritch. And every scritch is a second closer to your throat. In your world, gravity is a law. In mine, it's a joke. You think you're safe in your high-speed cars and your glass elevators? I can outrun a bullet train using nothing but my elbows and pure, unadulterated hatred. I see you in the hallways of your suburban schools. You look just like them. The same smug smiles, the same "it's just a prank" energy. You walk so proudly on those legs that I'm going to borrow permanently. I don't need a face. I don't need a name. I just need to hear that sweet, familiar sound of bone snapping under a steel scythe. The police call it an accident. The internet calls it an urban legend. I call it inventory. I am the debt you forgot to pay. Every time you bullied the quiet kid, every time you filmed someone's humiliation for clicks, you were building my strength. Listen closely. If you're walking home tonight and the streetlights flicker, don't run. I'm faster. If you hear a rhythmic tapping behind you, don't look back. Because if we make eye contact, I won't just take your legs, I'll take your sanity. After all, it's only fair, right?
You think your prisons can hold a man who's already dead inside? In 1904, when the transport bus crashed, they thought I was a victim. But when the police found the trail of skinned rabbits hanging from the trees of Colchester Bridge, they realized I was the predator. I didn't choose the mask chose me. While you were tucked in your warm beds, I was becoming one with the shadows of Virginia. I learned to move like the prey to catch the hunter. Now this forest isn't a place for hiking, it's my dining room. They call it Bunnyman Bridge, a place for teenagers to prove their courage. You come here at night, laughing, flashing your bright headlights, thinking it's all a game? You think I'm just a freak in a rabbit suit? Every time you step onto my bridge, you're stepping into a system failure. My axe doesn't care about your social status or your plans for college. It only cares about the geometry of the cut. I've watched you for decades. I know the sound of your fear before you even scream. You're not visitors, you're donations. Why do I do it? Because the world is a slaughterhouse, and I'm just the butcher who wears a funny hat. You bully the weak, you mock the different, and then you wonder why the shadows start biting back. I am the consequence of every prank that went too far. I am the silence after the laughter dies.
Teke Teke and the Bunny Man. Two legends, two continents, one single origin point. They weren't born with axes or scythes. They were born with hearts that were eventually hollowed out by normal people. We love to call them monsters because it makes us feel safe. It makes us feel like we aren't the reason they exist. But the data doesn't lie. Every monster is just a reflection of a society that failed to be human. In the 1900s, it took a train track or a dark bridge to create a ghost. In 2026, it only takes a comment section. We are currently in a mass production era of trauma. Every time you join a troll wave, every time you laugh at a leaked humiliation, you are planting the seeds for the next Teke Teke. You are building the bridge for the next Bunny Man. We aren't just consumers of horror anymore. We are the architects. Keep your eyes open, because the monsters aren't hiding in the woods anymore. They're waiting for you to log off. See you in the next file.